So you walk in to your local Goodwill and head straight towards the video game section. You quickly flip through the handful of sports titles, Wii shovelware, and then it hits. There it is, a pristine copy of Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube. It's complete with manuals. The disc is perfect. The price tag, $4. Your heart starts racing. You start shaking. You did it. You found a gem, the deal of the century, but you're not a big Pokemon fan. But you decide to pick it up anyway. You know, you can go home, jump on eBay, and list this thing for over $100. A quick flip and a large profit that you can put towards games you really want. You are a flipper. All right, guys, as we stare at all these PlayStation 5 30th products on eBay selling for ungodly amounts of money, we are asking the question, are flippers and scalpers the same thing? As we've talked about previously on this channel, the PS5 Pro 30th is going upwards of $5,000 on eBay with sold listings. We're also seeing the 30th anniversary Slim going as high as $3,000. We're seeing the DualSense controllers upwards of $400 or $500. The Edge controller upwards of $500 to $1,000, and even those 30th anniversary PlayStation portals upwards of $400 and $500. Astronomical returns as FOMO gets the better of people and they are spending way more than they need to on these controllers. Everybody laments scalpers. They take advantage of the releases of new products that should be readily available but aren't because they buy up what supply there is and then they list them for 3, 4, 5 times the retail price, shutting out true fans of those companies and those products. The frustration is real. I think we've all felt it a time or two. Some people who haven't even intended to be scalpers have seen those prices and said, "Man, I really wanted this for myself, but how do I turn down a profit of 3 or $4,000?" And then they joined the ranks of scalping. Sure, that's not everybody, but the temptation is huge. Meanwhile, you have flippers. What is the difference, right? A scalper buys something new that is currently available or it just doesn't quite have the supply to meet demand right now, but potentially could and will over the long haul. They take those goods, buy them at the retail price, use bots, use other techniques to block out average consumers, to gobble up what little limited supply there is, and sell them for astronomical rates. On the flip side, a flipper is somebody who travels around and hunts for bargains. They're going to thrift stores, they're going to garage sales, they're scouring Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist looking for opportunities, looking for what is known as arbitrage, right? The difference between what you can buy something at in one location and what you can sell it at in another. And they go out and they hunt for these deals. They look for bulk deals. Maybe they buy entire collections where you can reduce the price because you're getting so many things at once and then turn around and sell those. So, what they do once they find something that is below market price, they turn around and sell that on places like eBay, Amazon, whatnot, you name it, various outlets, and they sell that at the going rate. They don't necessarily triple, quadruple the price. They take something that is being sold below market price and sell it for market price. The difference, I think, is uh, important, right? One person is truly trying to take advantage of FOMO, of a limited supply from a company that was either intentional or unintentional, and take advantage of consumers. A flipper, I don't feel like, is truly that person. They typically pay what somebody is asking for an item. Sometimes they even pay more what they're asking depending on the kind of bargain they're getting on that deal, which leaves both the purchaser and the seller happy. Just because the seller could have gotten more out of it doesn't necessarily make the flipper the bad guy. A flipper is going out, they're spending their time, their money, their resources to find these things, to source them, and then to turn around and list them and sell them. The line is super thin. I get it. Scalpers do similar things, but it's all about the pure intent, right? The intent of a flipper is to make profit for sure. Some people do it professionally, like Caleb, our friend at Phoenix Resale, who has a whole channel dedicated to his flipping business. You have both Phoenix Resale and Renix P Sale, where he gives you a look behind the scenes. Of course, there are other big YouTubers that is their whole um, source of income, or one of their sources of incomes, like the Pixel Game Squad, like Retro Rick, and countless others. But they don't do these things in order to take advantage of people. A scalper is somebody truly, truly trying to take advantage of a consumer. They're using the opportunity to take a product from a company that a company is trying to sell to all consumers at a suggested retail price. They're using technology like bots and other mechanisms to shortcut that supply, to inject themselves between the company and the consumer, take the supply, and then turn around and list it on eBay or others, like I said, at exorbitant rates, so that the consumer never really has an opportunity to buy the product at the going rate. I don't think the scalpers are the only ones to blame. I think this artificially limited supply by Sony is simply uh, shouldn't be accepted by consumers. But companies can do things to prevent it. We already know Sony did, right? Sony in Japan put up reasonable restrictions to ensure that the majority of PlayStation fans in Japan got those consoles, not necessarily scalpers. Flippers, on the other hand, don't really do that. Flippers actually provide the opposite service. They find items that are hard to find, that are difficult to source, that won't be just easily located. Said the same thing 3 times. And they are able to take that item and then make it available to more people. And I'm sure you could say, "Oh, yes, that's scalpers are doing something very similar," but it's not true. The item was available to people and they intercepted and took it. In this case, the item is at a random thrift store or at a random garage sale. And yeah, maybe somebody comes along that's really looking for that, but who knows? Instead, what you have is flippers are able to take that maybe their area has an abundance of these and not a lot of demand. They're able to take that and then make it available to fans who truly, really want it, and they do that at the market price. They're not trying to inflate it astronomically. And so they take what is in short supply and they make it available to the fans that really want it. So I want to know what you guys think, especially in light of the PlayStation 5 Pro and the 30th anniversary launch collection. Do you think flippers and scalpers are the same thing? Are you okay with flippers and against scalping? Are you okay with both? Do you just think, hey, that's the market forces at work? It is what it is. Scalpers' prices will come down if people aren't willing to pay for it. They're just doing a service trying to find what these things are actually valued worth. I want to know. I want to know what you think. So leave a comment below. And you made it all the way to the end, so you might as well smash that like button. As always, thank you for subscribing. And until next time, have fun.